fun thing to do. Just the mind that would think about, well, how can we make this work and how do we do this?
Originally, we had conceived of about 86 visual effects shots. And by the end, I just did a tally just very recently, we had 189.
They always start with a storyboard, which everybody's approved and really comes out directly out of David's head. If he has his ultimate wish, this is the way he would like the shot to be covered. No matter how technically difficult it may be, that's what I try to give him. It all comes down to some really basic concepts. Shoot as much as you can practical, or get the actors on a green screen stage, or shoot as many pieces as you can practically, and then go into the computer and start mimicking reality.
Basically, this movie's about killing people for us. How are we going to make the audience think this was exactly real?
As much as the first movie had a plane crash, we had to have a commensurate opening sequence. What other way than a car crash? Every time you get in a car, you never know what's going to happen. You have so little control. The sequence itself took 11 days to shoot. We had about 4.5 miles of highway that was ours. We could do whatever we wanted.
It's big. It's very big. There's 4 or 5 major car wrecks in a span of probably a few minutes on film.
It was all action every day. A lot of excitement and buzz. The physical effect had to work out with the stunt guy doing the right thing, with the right timing of the explosion.
Everybody's always so planned. Well, a lot of it's by the seat of your pants, too.
So don't anybody take it lightly. This is serious, so just back up.
You know, that's why it's called stunts.
When the red SUV is doing its really horrifying flips, there is a live person who is driving that. We had dummies for the other people so that their arms and hands and hair could be flipping all over the place. It's a pretty scary undertaking.
All the sequences in the film, the logs were an element that we did not see. The logs were something that we created.
We did a test to first drop the logs, just to see what the hell dropping, 4,000-pound logs would look like. It's scary, but they kind of fall off, and then they go sliding off the road. The logs don't bounce and drop the way that we needed them to dramatically set up the rest of the sequence. So we knew that they had to be digitally created logs.
The first shot is what we call the hero shot. This is the point where the action starts, and this is it right here. Pretty much everything you see aside from the truck and the road, everything else is CG. The chain falling and all these particles and all the reflections. We probably have 20, 25 layers in one shot like that easily.
Once we got into the log sequences, started feeling very confident that we started doing more and more difficult things just because we could.
When the log goes through the police car and takes off poor Thomas's head, it goes out the back. It was done sort of in a way that was practical, and there was a dummy in there.
But the dummy was too visible, so we had to replace with the real actor's face that we took from another shot, and the mouth was taken from another shot.
And then we also grabbed one frame of the static log that was part of the original plate. We were able to warp it so that it had a rotation and had it make contact with the windshield exactly when the original static log hit the windshield so the glass would smash. And we just kept doing little things that you'll never know.
Most of the CG during the opening crash is wire removal. When the young guy is being dragged and the bike is following them, they were all tied onto a wire. We just digitally erased the wire. But that still is a real guy going, ah!
There's a section where the tractor trailer comes through a wall of fire, jackknifed. There was no truck jackknife. That was just a truck driving through a wall of fire, which was about maybe a quarter or half the size it is now.
I wanted it to mask the fact that the truck was coming at us, so we enhanced our practical fire with CG fire.
We shot a miniature trailer with a Black Box cab so that black box would affect the miniature fire the way the real truck did. We added fire in the foreground, some fire burning on the ground here, extra debris, and here comes the truck from hell.
In this shot, these two people are on green screen. There's roughly 6-7 layers of different elements in this shot. The truck was a separate element. The actual kid coming up here was a separate element because obviously that would be his last movie. It would be there. All the flame and explosion were actually after the fact. So we colorized, one environment to reflect the fire exploding.